Spirit is in this place, and we have come together by divine appointment. Did you know that? There are no accidents, there are no mistakes. And I want to thank you for being here. And thank you for being here. Because without all of you, we wouldn't exist. We wouldn't exist. So thank you. Which raises the question, why are you here? What has called you to this center? Some of you were with me on January 1st, 2015, when we had a little conversation that went like, what would you think about opening a center in Scottsdale? And several of you signed up and became founding members. Some of you, maybe watching for the very first time, have no idea who we are or what we are about, but you're welcome. You are welcome. What has called you to be here in this community? Now, you may have seen a lot of stuff in the media. They're talking a lot about it, or maybe it's just the channels I look at, about decline in attendance in churches. Have you seen any of that stuff? Yeah, I'm seeing some nods. And while most of their surveys are of churches that are in mainstream Protestant religions and so forth, we in Science of Mind have seen a decline in our attendance since the events of 2020. We have seen that. We're seeing some resurgence, but there is good news in those surveys also that more and more people are looking for a spiritual center. There's more talk of, oh, I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. A lot of people have been hurt in mainline religion, but they still want that connection with the divine. They still want spirit. Why are you here? Why are you here? So our series this month is Pillars of Service, and we're looking at the spiritual practice of seva, which is a Hindu word for selfless service. Selfless service. And last week, Reverend Lee talked with us about how we can be in service in our relationships with each other. How do we do that? And today my talk is about service or caring for our spiritual center. Now, I've been bouncing around centers for 25 years, and I grew up in the church. And I learned early about service and volunteering and contributing to my spiritual home. When I was growing up, I taught classes, I sang in the choir, I was an usher, I was in the youth group, I led youth group, I did all sorts of things in that community. And then when I started in New Thought and Science of Mind, same thing. I volunteered. I gave of my service to the community. And I look at service in a spiritual community as a beautiful opportunity to experience the circulation of God in, through, and as us. As I said last week, if the body of Scottsdale CSL is all of us, if we are the body of the center, then we are acting as its hands, its feet, its head, its heart. And service is the soul of this community. Service is the soul of this community. Now, spiritual centers do have many functions in the larger community. We're here for a reason, right? We teach spiritual principles and practices. We study the great mystery of God. We want to know more about the unknowable, the infinite. We share our life stories. We support each other. We support each other in good times and challenging times. Some people come to a spiritual community like ours when life gets tough. That's the only time they come. When life gets good, They have other things to do, right? But when life gets tough, they come back. They come back. And we welcome them. We welcome everyone. Some come for support, to feel loved, to find answers, to perhaps change their lives. Some to gain a sense of peace and security. Some as a way to connect socially. Maybe meet some friends or find a companion. Some come to learn and grow spiritually, to deepen on their spiritual journey. And some come to be in service. Now, part of the beauty of our spiritual center is the diversity of services that we provide. We provide a lot of services here. Whether you're a first-time guest joining us online for the first time, or you're just only joining us online, we've never had the pleasure of giving you a hug or a handshake, or if you're a founding member, everything is available to you. All of it is available to you. Being in service to the center, whether giving your time and talent and treasure, it's participating in the circulation of life. That's what we do here. Did you know that service is a principle of prosperity? You ever heard that? Yeah, it's a principle of prosperity. It's how we circulate and share our blessings. Does anybody have a blessing in their life? Just one? 5, 12, 1,000? Yeah. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. And this is how we can circulate that good. Now, those blessings might be in the form of a talent. Are you handy with the hammer? Do you enjoy dusting and vacuuming and cleaning? Are you an organizer, a fundraiser, social media whiz? Perhaps you've created abundance and wealth in your life, and you can give at a greater financial service to this community. Perhaps you're artistic or have marketing skills, like Joe. Are you good with numbers, accounting, administration? What blessings have come to your life? What gifts of service can you share in gratitude for those blessings? That's how we participate in this law of circulation. That's how we participate in service, is recognizing that service is a two-way street, so to speak. When we can shift our perspective of service from duty, oh, I gotta go to church today, I'm volunteering, I gotta go, I can't sleep in, can't do it from home. Is it duty, or is it an expression of gratitude for the service that we can give? Sadhguru says, do seva not to impress, but to express gratitude for what we receive from spirit. Now, usually we're grateful when we receive service. Someone cuts our hair, gives us a massage, it's like, thank you so much. Or someone does something, thank you so much. Like, we're receiving service. We're so grateful. What if we can reframe that to being grateful for the service that we give? I'm so grateful I'm able to give service. I could do that for you. It fills my heart with gratitude. I'm grateful that I get to stand up here on Sunday mornings. I'm grateful that I overcame my fear of public speaking to be able to do this. I'm grateful that I've been able to study these principles enough to extrapolate a couple of morsels here and there to perhaps be able to share something with you once in a while that might possibly inspire you or change your perspective about something. Hopefully. I'm grateful for that. I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful you're here to hear. I'm grateful for that. What gifts are you grateful for in your life? What can you share? I'm grateful for what I've learned about business. I've been doing it a long time. I've learned administration, organization, about insurance and the law and stuff like that and contracts. I give those gifts here in the administration of this organization as a 501c and all the things that we have to do in relation to that. I give those gifts. We don't have to hire an outside attorney or someone. I manage all those things. That's a gift I can share. What gift are you grateful for? What can you share? Right now, your subconscious might be starting to chatter. Every time I prepare and talk around prosperity or abundance or the law of circulation, I hear my dad's voice barking at my mom, who was a big giver to the church we grew up in. Always was baking something, taking stuff to potlucks, donating money, up there cleaning and just volunteering all the time. She was that person, right? And I can hear him saying, "All they want's your money and your time." That was kind of her reaction. Whatever. What I've come to realize in my practice and teaching of prosperity principles, though, he was wrong. He was wrong about that idea. Giving my time and talent to this center brings me such joy that I'm the one that's benefiting. I'm the one that's benefiting. It's my place to give back. It's my place to recognize my gifts and to be able to share those. I've learned that there is this reciprocal relationship in the universe between giving and receiving. It is absolutely a circle. It is the law of circulation, and it is reciprocal. When we give of ourselves to others in a vacuum, the vacuum is created. When we give of ourselves, a vacuum is created, and it has to be filled. If we're receiving, a vacuum is created. We have to give and receive. Ernest Holmes says, "The universe operates through dynamic exchange. Giving and receiving are different aspects of the flow of energy in the universe. And our willingness to give what we seek, we keep the abundance of the universe circulating in our lives." If that sounds familiar, it's because we say it every Sunday before our grateful giving. We talk about this dynamic exchange in the universe that's constantly going on. One of the purposes of our centers is to be a space of giving and receiving, a place where that dynamic exchange of universal energy can be experienced in our lives. We can teach principle all day long, but are we living it? Are we living it and experiencing it, as Ernest says, embodying the principles through living them? As I mentioned earlier, we give a lot away here. Right now we're broadcasting to the world. To the world. We are on the World Wide Web, the internet. Anybody that has access to the internet, any place in the world, can tune in and receive this message for free. We do it again on Wednesday. Social media, for free. We give this teaching away. We have an entire library on our website of past teachings that you can go back to anytime for free. We welcome anyone that walks through our door. We welcome them. We receive them free. They can come in for meditation free. They can connect with like-minded seekers. They can hear this teaching. We give it away. We give it away. We also receive. As I said, we receive everybody that walks through the door. We receive anybody that wants to pray with us. You ever told somebody you wouldn't pray with them, Lee? You have? Have you ever? Yeah. See, we don't turn down people. Anybody, would you pray with me? Absolutely. We get prayer requests on our website. We don't know who the people are. They're anonymous. We pray anyway. We give it away. We receive in gratitude each and every blessing that comes into this community. Every financial contribution, every act of service, every gift of time and talent. Anybody that's ever made a payment on Zelle, PayPal, Auto Tithe, donation, I get a pop-up on my phone. You've received a donation. I open it up. I see your name. And I bless you in that moment for that gift. I bless your financial abundance and the continuation of that in your life. I bless your generosity. I bless our center as a receiver of that generosity. I'm constantly praying with you all. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I never don't open one. I open every one. It's like Christmas every day, and then I get to pray. It's wonderful. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. We're just so blessed by every gift. Bev and I did not talk, but what you said in the gratitude this morning, I just laughed because that's what it's written right here. I'm so grateful for everything that happens around here that I don't have to do. I know what it takes to do it. I've done it. Ron puts the signs out. He comes early on Sunday mornings. Usually your senior minister is the first one through the door that unlocks the door, makes the coffee, turns on the lights, makes sure everything is working correctly. Ron does that because he likes doing that. So he comes up here and opens up, makes coffee, sets up, puts the signs out, and waits for us to come in. The video team. You guys are supporting us in getting this message out to the world. That's one of our missions, is to share our teaching. Jim has gotten this up even higher than it was with what he's brought to it. And the professional presentation that we have now. Valerie, who just left the room, young teller, I talked about her, has always got all of our events organized and ready to go. And then the team, whoever that is, shows up and cleans up. And somehow, miraculously, the trash gets taken out and the floor gets vacuumed. I love you guys. Thank you for your service. I am humbled frequently to the point of tears for all it is given to this center and Seva. Because it is selfless service. It is Seva. And it touches me. It touches me when I can go and pray with someone and I come out and everything's done. The money's been counted. It's been documented. Diane's taken the deposit. All I have to do is turn off the lights and lock the door. I'm humbled by the service here. I truly am. And then there's Joe. Every week since 2015, he has prepared our slides. Even when he's traveling, he gets them organized for us. Thank you. You do amazing stuff. Thank you. So we each carry within us a light, a spark of the divine that Ernest Holmes defines as the spark which burns at the center of our own soul, that's caught from the living and eternal flame of the Spirit. Burns at the center of our soul from the eternal flame. This is God individualized as us. within each one of us. We all have it. We all have this light in us, as us, through us, is us. When we shine our light as service to others, whether it's at this center, in the relationship, like Lee talked about last week, globally, or to Mother Earth that we'll be talking about in the next couple of weeks, we're fanning that spark into a blaze. That's what we're here to do. Fan that spark within ourselves, within each other, with everyone on the planet, into the blaze of love that Spirit is. That's what we're here to do. And then we begin to merge with the universal energy, the stream of life in which we already live. And we become one, freely then giving of service in every aspect without expectation of compensation or recognition. We serve because we're grateful. We serve because we can, because of the joy we receive in the giving. Holmes says, this gift of service leads us to an expansion of the self we had never dreamed possible. Seva moves us from a perspective of what can I get to what can I give. Choosing to shine our light is choosing to live in oneness. So, if you would like to know more about these principles, about service, I invite you to sign up for my Mindful Monday if you have not done so. You can use a QR code. Folks at home, you can use a QR code or you can send us an email. We'll get you on the mailing list for that. It comes out Monday mornings. And your spiritual practice this week is shine your light in service. Shine your light in service. Contemplate what blessings, gifts, and talents that you have. Think about it. We stand up here on Sunday mornings and we talk about what we're grateful for, the things that have happened in our life that are beautiful and wonderful, and that's awesome. Have you ever stopped and just in silent contemplation, what are my blessings? What are my gifts? That little laundry list that I rattled off earlier, that came from my meditation. What are my gifts? What am I sharing with this center beyond writing a check every month? What am I sharing? What are you sharing? Contemplate your view on service and whether it is to impress, whether it's a duty, or whether it's to express gratitude for your blessings. Why do you serve? Why do you not serve? And then consider ways you might circulate your blessings in service to your spiritual community, your relationships, the world. So this week, remember the divine spark that burns at the center of your soul. Each one of us has that. You are lights of the divine. That is God individualized in you, as only you can express it. Figure out how you can serve. And so it is. And so now it's your turn for any questions or comments on service or community or gratitude or prosperity or weather or whatever you want to talk about. Anybody have anything? Oh.
So, when I started going to Science of Mind churches, the thing I noticed the most was no judgment if you don't show up for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You always got, at the church I grew up in, you always got judged. Where have you been? Where have you been? You know, it's not anything like that. So that's the biggest thing I noticed is that they don't judge you. They're just always happy to see you. So that's just something really cool.
Yeah. There's a fine line there too, because if someone is missing for a while and we greet them and happy to see them, but we don't ask, is everything all right? How have you been? Or something, inquire. There can be a feeling of non-caring. So there's a fine line with that on how to be joyful in seeing you and knowing that you're fine and everything's okay, and not having it come off as judgment that, where have you been? Your seat's been empty for 2 weeks. It's like we don't feel that way because we know you're probably watching online anyway, right? And what I know too is that a lot of people do other things on Sundays, and they have another day of the week that they choose to watch the video or to watch again on Wednesday evenings or something like that. So that's been something for me personally, just letting go of. It's like, oh, there's not so many people in the room. Oh no, oh, they're all online today. Hello. So it's an interesting dance from this side. Yes. Thank you for that. Anyone else?
One of the things that I love about singing is the exchange of energy between what I'm putting out and people are receiving, and then what they're sending back to me in energy. I feel it, and it's such a great way to feel connected to a community and people. I love that. So it's there too.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Hey, Jennifer. Yeah, that's true. And I would say Lee and I have that same experience that we feel your energy also if the talk's landing or not landing.
It reminded me, and I was there for it. That's when President Kennedy said, "Ask not what your country can do for you." Somehow that went through my head when you were saying that. So you're in
Yeah.
good motivational company.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. That's not what you can do for your country, or what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Yeah. It was a new thought. Yeah. Yeah. Good quote. I did not come across that one this week. I could have used it. Anyone else? One more. Valerie.
For those of you who've been to some of our gatherings, one of my favorite saying is "Food is love," and that's where I come from.
Yeah.
Love and peace.
Well, you missed the part where I was talking about you. I was expressing my gratitude for all of our volunteers, and it was you had just gotten up and walked out. I'm like, okay, Valerie just walked out for everything that you do and how all of our events. I mean, just look at this back here. We just like this morning, she just blinks and it's there. So thank you for all that you do for us, and then the miracle of cleanup and cleanup crews that just manifest and take care of everything. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Anybody else? We are going to pray. Would you join me? Oh, so as we go within, let's start with gratitude. For I am so grateful for each and every person in this community. And I include in that everyone that's ever been in this community and all who are on their way. For I know that we are all connected in the oneness and the wholeness that is God, that is the one life, the one mind, the one source of all that is. We are connected in that in love. And as I said in the beginning, we are gathered by divine appointment. Those who came together in the very beginning to found and start this community served this community well, blessed this community through their service. And I know that each and every one that is here today blesses this community as it continues to thrive. I'm grateful for all of it. And I know that each and every one who attends here is blessed and has blessings in their lives that are pressed down to overflowing, and that there is no lack. That is all simply the abundance of God expressing His talents and skills, expressing His gifts, expressing His financial flow, expressing His joy and love, peace, wholeness, prosperity, and health. We are so blessed in so many ways. And it's good to enumerate those. It's good to call them forth into our minds and our hearts and lift them up in joy and gratitude from whence they have come to us and through us. And there's always more where that comes from. More where that comes from. In this moment, I know that anyone that has anything on their heart today, as they lift it into this prayer, into the consciousness of this room, that we hold that in prayerful consideration. We hold that in our light, illuminating it, knowing that whatever needs to be revealed is revealed. If there is clarity, that relationships are healthy and wholesome, that love abides, that prosperity flows, that joy is everywhere sprinkled down. And I know the blessings just simply continue, for it is God's nature to give. And we are good receivers and good circulators of that good. And so it is with great gratitude, joy, and thanksgiving for it all that I release this prayer into the action of law, knowing that it is done and it is so. And so it is.